Hey everybody, welcome to this week's live. It's great to see you. Once again, Charlie and little Charlie over here. So we've got some really exciting stuff today. We're going to be topping into 3 of the top 5 predictions for Facebook ads and digital marketing in 2025. If you have any predictions of your own, drop them in the comments section. And if there's anything that you'd like to see here or any questions that you have, we will get to those as well. We're also going to answer as many of your questions as possible throughout the whole week on everything from the YouTube channel. And we dropped the big course this week, the second big one in the last 6 weeks, and it is blowing up. So we'll try to get to as much of that as we can. Also, yeah, little girl, this will be exciting. All right. So, by the way, these predictions we're going to talk about today, they are 5, 4, and 3 on my top 5 list. Now, these predictions are not just opinions, but they're based on trends and data. And I'm seeing accounts spending millions. And we're going to get into AI tools, shifts in ad platform strategy. There's a lot of stuff we're going to be diving into. But here's the deal. If this video gets 100 likes, I'll release a full version of the video that I'll make special for you that will dive into the entire list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way. And we're going to back it all up with data. We're going to name names. I'm going to give screenshots. This will be a lot of stuff. And honestly, like, I'll leave you with this. Prediction number 1 could change everything. It's already the foundation of some of the most successful Facebook ad campaigns I've seen in the last 45 days. And it's reshaping the expectations that I'm having for digital marketing and can redefine what success looks like on Facebook. So stick around, drop your questions in the chat, and let's get into it.
Extremely well.
And now, showtime.
All right, welcome back. There we go. Man, mute button. Awesome. So before I jump into the first prediction, I want to know how many of you are seeing success in Facebook ads right now? Like, what's working for you? Let's share it in the chat so that the entire community can support other folks. And also, like, it is, full disclosure, been a tough December for a lot of brands, for a lot of different reasons that are completely, subjective views from a lot of different really smart and experienced people. That all being said, there are some folks that are seeing some great results, and some of those are coming from looking at results more quarterly than monthly and more over the year versus the week. So what's driving you crazy right now? Let's see it in the chat. Let me know, and we can tackle some of these questions as we go. All right, so let's get to the first prediction. Then we're going to dive into some of the questions for the week, and then we got 2 more predictions. So this is going to be number 5 on our list. I wish I had a thing that I'd queued up that would show like the countdown or whatever, but we're not quite there yet today. By the way, I want to just say thank you to everyone that has been crushing. The MBA program is damn near full. We have 4 spots left, and I've got 4 sales calls tomorrow. I really appreciate it. We said 2 weeks ago that I'm going to hop on the calls. We're going to get 12 people. I'm going to shut the doors. And like in the first week, boom, 7 people. This week, boom, more people. Like it's great. I am so excited to see so many people be so eager for that success. That being said, I don't want to shut anybody else out. And if anybody here wants to have an opportunity to get into the MBA program or see some more stuff, there's a lot of opportunity, and I would love to do that. That being said, what I would encourage you all to do, if that's not right for you right now, is go ahead and just sign up for some consulting calls. I'm seeing a lot of that come through, and more people are saying, I'm not ready for the MBA. That's just too much. Can you just dive into my ad account and help me where to go? Tell me where to go. So we're doing a lot of the consulting stuff right now, and it is, well, at least once, maybe twice a day. I've been talking with folks, and just the reaction from people, the how much better people feel about what's going on, and the ability to have an action plan for the next 30, 60, 90 days has been incredible. Plus getting into Scrum docs and PSM docs and figuring out hero offers and just ad account construction, and the amount of like Andrew Ferris, Common Thread Collective source, like just buffoonery that we've unpacked, like it's got to be 50% of my time. It's ridiculous. Hey, Nick, good to see you, buddy. AC Custom said, oh, here we go. Hello. Awesome. Boom, look at this. AC, I've turned everything off except catalog ads and still getting money. I love it. Fantastic. Everything. This is awesome. Not everyone. I got you, AC. All right, so number 5 on the prediction list. Let's get to it. Number 5 is built around ad agencies and strategies and survival. And 2025, my number 5 prediction is that more and more ad agencies are going to pivot hard towards simplicity in the ad account and building better business partnerships. They're going to have to do this. With AI and automation taking over ad management, brands won't need button pushers anymore. The idea that a media buyer is a job, is a full-time role, is more or less going to completely go away. You don't need to hire an agency to hit buttons for you. There's no value in that. But you do need folks to be strategic partners who understand the fundamentals of business growth. And more agencies are going to start valuing the relationship with their clients and teaching their clients to value the relationship with them in a way where it is built not on how much work do we do, not on ROAS or MER, but in actual business growth, volume of profit, customer acquisition. Agencies that do not understand how business work will be immediately replaceable by more and more people because the automation is making it so easy that you don't need to spend more than an hour a week inside of your ad account. Why are you going to pay somebody $5, $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 a month to do more work than is necessary in a way that is detrimental to your growth? And we're already seeing it. We're already seeing this happen across the board. More and more brands are taking stuff in-house because they know the ad agencies of no value. I'm seeing more and more people come to me that are like, we want to fire our agency. We're sick and tired of it. We just want to train our internal team and we can get there. This will be an act for survival for agencies because brands will need to move beyond technical execution as AI becomes too good to ignore. And we're even seeing it from some of the low integrity operators, like the cost cap agencies are moving more into creative services and into SaaS. They're doing everything possible to try to provide value except actually help your business, which is why they're struggling so much. And why there's a great opportunity for all of you to not ever need them again. And if you're an independent media buyer, your ability to just help somebody that's good at what they do but doesn't understand how to use paid media to grow their business, your ability to combine a commodity skill that is easily replaceable and can be done by anybody for less than $5 an hour, media buying. When you start to pair that with business results, you're going to be indispensable. Those folks are going to rise. At the same time, we're seeing the barrier for entry for new brands rise, which is really important. Now, it is so easy to start a Shopify store, right? Anyone can do it, or get TikTok attention, right? Go viral, but only brands with simple, scalable ad strategies and solid business models will thrive. And so the point to this is We have seen more and more years go by where anyone can start a Shopify store, make a social media account, and get some sales. The problem is the good brands are buying up all the good customers. And the bad brands, as marketing continues to get more expensive when you do it improperly, are trying to find more and more ways of gaming the system. That's going to get us to prediction number 2. One of the latest hacks du jour. We're going to break it all down. My point to this is that you are going to have to do something other than be the person that hits buttons in the ad account in order to survive in the world of digital marketing. Yo, what's up, Abdullah? What's up, guys? There we go. Boom. You're going to have to do more than that to survive because that's entry-level job work, right? Like a media buyer is the same level of difficulty as any other off-the-street data entry gig. Anyone with a week's worth of training can run $5 a day or honestly $1 million. There's no platform level barrier to entry for somebody to get good at doing the work. And because more and more brands can get started, but to be successful enough to continue will require more than just arbitrage on paid media. You're going to have to do more than just hitting buttons to keep your clients. And the louder we can be about making this more and more accessible to brands to do themselves, the more that these low integrity operators are going to have to continue to either become more extreme or begin to shift back into the place of having integrity. You're not just going to say, run 1 million ads to cost caps on everything with a profit margin and expect the business to grow. Because somebody else that has a simple, scalable ad strategy and a business model that can scale will steal all of your business. And then those businesses are going to be faced with the issue of, do we keep our agency on board or do we afford to continue to pay our employees? And at some point, it just won't work. And so the number 1 prediction I have here is actually number 5 prediction. Is that ad agencies that continue to operate as their unique selling proposition is a button masher for cheaper than somebody else will continue to struggle more and more. And those that begin to focus on business fundamentals are going to thrive. There's going to be a qualitative chasm in the space. And the honest truth is, if you're running a business and you know how to run ads to grow your business, you will never need somebody to push buttons for you ever again. And it will only get easier if you do it right. And it'll only become more and more difficult if you continue to do it wrong. So that's number 1, which is hopefully a little spicy, hopefully a little fun, but I'm curious. Let me know in the comments, do you agree if the agencies are going to have to simplify, or do you think they're going to double down on complexity to stay relevant? Because I see it as really either we're going to make things more and more complicated, we're going to go further and further alt-right, or we're going to start making any fucking sense. And if you're running ads, let me know, do you prefer working with an agency, or do you think just the AI tools and the automation and just the machine learning is getting so strong that we don't need any of that stuff? Now, mind you, I've got a lot of data to back this up. So if this video gets 100 likes, I'll make a full-on video to kind of break this all down. Let me know if you want it, though. And so hit the like button. Sadly, you can't hit it 5 times, but let me know, because I'd love to get there. And I think it would be really fun to make this video. I've actually written it out. So let me know if it's something you want, right? All right. That being said, let's get to some of the questions from the week from YouTube and really dive in here today. Let's open it up. What is that? Nope. We're good. Okay. All right. Let's see. Was too much. And there we go. All right, cool. Thank you, Abdullah. Good to see you. All right. So let's blow this up a little bit so it's easier to read. Fantastic. So this is what's the best ad for Facebook ad? What's the best Facebook ad for beginners? We're actually going to show this video here in a little bit, so stick around to the end and you'll get to see this video, or just go to the channel and you can find it out yourself. Now, we had this really great course drop this week, the best meta ads course to optimize and scale for profit and success. Like in this course, I literally break down how to build custom metrics, how to build custom dashboards, the metrics that I use, the dashboards that I use. I walk through ad account spending $100 a day and ad account spending $100,000 a day. We also break down every metric that you need to know and every single preset, every single column, every single option inside the dashboard. So the last course that we did was how to build ads that can scale. This one is to say, how do we optimize our ad account and actually scale our business? So it's part one, part two. This is part one. This is part two. Love it. So Web to Design 7180 says, Charlie, love your content. Got a question. What do you do when you put the winning post ID in the winner's ad set, but the existing DCT keeps getting all the spend? I have an efficiency problem and want to keep testing more DCTs. Well, first off, if you want to keep testing new DCTs, if the old one, so two sides. One, when you move the post ID and it's not getting spend, removing the old DCT would probably help that new ad, that new post ID that you moved, get some budget. Second, I love the idea that you're saying I have an efficiency problem. I want to keep testing more creative. That is the right way of thinking about things. In that way, I want to remove the liabilities and begin to test into the solutions. So I'm down to turn off the existing DCT that's getting all the spend, unless that's what's good for me. There's no guarantee that that existing DCT that's getting all the spend is the liability. And if it is, let's turn it off. And if it's not the liability, then there are other ads that are getting spend that aren't good enough. The point here is that in our optimization efforts, let's turn off the ads that are ultimately behind why we're not good enough. And if we can't fix the problem in that way, it's also really important to look at the environment and say, what else can we improve? Why are the ads? Why do we have an efficiency problem? Is it a conversion rate on the site issue? Is it an AOV issue? Is it an LTV issue? Are we running enough email? Are we leveraging, Google search properly? You can't use Facebook ads to fix business model problems. But if the Facebook ads are the problem, then let's turn off the ads that are doing the most harm to open up more room for more testing. And in that case, like either the DCT that keeps getting all the spend is good enough, in which case we could turn off the winner's ad set entirely and launch a couple new pieces. So you still only have like 3 moving parts. And effectively at that point, your existing DCT that's getting all the spend functions as the role of the control environment. Or that DCT getting all the spend is also part of the problem. In which case, moving away from it kind of solves the problem. So I hope that kind of helps out. I appreciate it, AC. Awesome. So let's get to the next one. Hi, Charlie. Thanks for the value pack video. I'm curious to know what the fee is for the Ads MBA course. Interested to enroll. Legend, I'll drop you the link to it. It is over here at disruptorschool.com/MBA. You can jump in there. The right plan for you might not be the right plan for other people, and we are making custom deals for almost everybody. We have folks paying in full that are getting rewards or value adds of like my time and consulting and other things. We also have folks that are doing big payment plans. We had somebody that made a payment plan that lasted over 6 months because we made it work. So if you're interested in getting in, like talk to me, let's make it happen for you. But what I'm not going to do is quote you exactly what the best deal is going to be for you, because I don't know what your problems are. And it'd be disingenuous to me to say that this one size fits all solution is the right fix for your problems. And I'd like to present myself as higher in tech, as a better fit than that. But one thing I can suggest for folks is if you join the Disruptor School Inner Circle on the quarterly plan, which is available, we're also giving away one-on-ones right now. And for folks where the fee for the MBA is a concern. Maybe the inner circle is the right fit for where you're at right now. And we got a couple other things cooking up. So yeah, we can figure that out. Now, let's get to the next one here. We're just trying to get back like a day. When we get to 2 days, we'll get to prediction number 2. All right, this is from Judek 8999. All right, here we go. Loving the content, Charlie. Well, thank you, buddy. I had a question. I'm just starting out and diving into this field. When you talk about scalability and long-term wins, how long-term is that? You see so many gurus talking about and showing off the ROAS on these short-term wins they had. Yeah, which is absolute nonsense. Return on ad spend isn't money. It's a ratio. Fractions and ratio are how people lie to you. Money is real money. Let's focus on that, right? But how do you get a brand to choose you as a beginner to work with over the next few months if you don't have any experience yet? That's really hard. Should you try and get some of these short-term wins because that's what brands want? Just to build rapport with yourself? Unsure if that really makes sense. The honest truth is, if somebody's paying you to help their business, your job is to give them what they paid for. Now, along that process, we can also work on sorry, I just got a message from a Meta person right here just about the Meta AI functionality, which is actually on our list today. Your job is to first deliver on the ask. Your job second is to help improve what the ask is. So if somebody's looking for a job, take the money, man, go get paid. I love the idea of you getting some money. Go for it. But also, while you're doing your job, a matter of self-interest, self-preservation, and value add so that you can begin to get better and better at the work that you do is get better at understanding how to bring forward added value. And sometimes that added value, often, as a matter of fact, can be teaching the clients how to do something of value. And doing something of value is often elevating their expectation of what success looks like. And that's going to take some time. That's going to take some patience. And that's going to take a little bit of you also being wrong and having to figure it out. But if you don't have any experience yet, get the reps. Undercharge, over deliver. When I started, I was charging $10 an hour. I got 5 people at $10 an hour, and I charged the next person 15, charge the next person 20. I started to go 500 a month, charge the next person 6, charge the next person 8. I got up to the spot where it's 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 a month. Now I'm 1,000 an hour. And honestly, I used to be more expensive than that, but it just got to the point where like people couldn't afford to talk with me, and I really wanted to just be able to help. And so like I made that choice to make less money, to be more accessible, because helping people is why I do this in the first place. All right. Let's see. So I didn't pull back my budget, but I did slap cost caps on for the week, hot or not. So this was last week. Scale your Q5. It's basically free money video. You can slap cost caps on for the week. That's fine. I mean, if you're already going after mid-funnel, low-funnel traffic, optimizing to protect your margins as your spend drops, it's not a bad move. I want to warn you that putting caps on doesn't mean you won't spend that budget, and doesn't guarantee the efficiency of the money that you spend. Every year we see multiple times a year people say, man, the cost caps are broken. I put my bid at like $10, my budget at 10,000, because these chuckle fucks like Taylor and everybody else say, keep your bids low and your budget's high. And then one day it just spends the whole budget above your bid and you're fucked. And they don't ever say they're sorry. They don't ever take responsibility for it. They don't ever own the fact that the reason you're fucked for listening to them is any amount of culpability on them for giving you advice without telling you how to protect yourself. So what I would recommend you do, I'm fine with this move. I would also put in some automated rules that say if my efficiency gets out of hand, just turn the ad off for the day. Because there's absolutely no guarantee that your cap will be respected, and there's no guarantee that you don't spend all of your money. If you tell Facebook to spend that money, it will try to spend that money. And if the cap is just wrong, it's not an error. The budget is determining how much you want to spend. And if they spend it, all they did was what you asked. There is not a hard limit on a commission-based structure. It is a suggestion for the algorithm. And every year we see story after story after story of people losing $1,000, $5,000, $10,000. I've seen people with $150,000 losses because they listened to the bids low, budgets high crowd, and it fucked their business. Yeah, hi. I know, Charlie. I'll stop. I'll try to stop. I got a little annoyed with a call earlier today, and that's on me. I need to do a little bit better. All right, Charlie. Thank you. All right. Here's some France. I don't know why the whole U.S. gets this wrong. LTV equals lifetime value. That's contribution margin over lifetime. Sure, LTR equals lifetime revenue. Grinds my gears. Fair enough, France. I don't know why we call it CPM for cost per 1,000 impressions. Could be CPT. Could be CTI. Sometimes these are just industry standard decisions that let's turn this light on. Sometimes these are just industry standard decisions that people have made forever ago. And I agree with you, that is lifetime revenue. That's 100% accurate, Franz. I love here. So PSM is a good approach, but I'd introduce a time period to the frequency. Franz, as a matter of fact, when we talk about PSM, one of the things we talk about is cash flow cadence. Understanding the cash flow cycles of your customer base is really important. And there's no one metric that's going to be able to solve for all of the things. To your point, it doesn't help you if the second purchase comes after 10 years. I hear you. I would also say that your lifetime revenue, if you've been in business for 3 years and your second purchase comes after 10, is just the average, is just what you made on the first sale. So I agree with what you're saying. And I appreciate the frustration around this. And I love this on the response to the video of the best way to track your ROI in Facebook ads. By the way, if you're not watching the 5 Minute Friday videos, you guys are just missing out. But yeah, there's no one metric that'll solve all of the things. But I think this is a tremendously valuable piece of information that honestly, Franz, I just couldn't get into the 5 minutes. Full disclosure, I think we cut 11 minutes out of that video to make it only 5 minutes long. And I'm trying to deliver on the promise of making the videos only 5 minutes when it's called 5 Minute Friday. But totally get where you're coming from, and I really appreciate it. John Hickey, my man. True. Yep, true for some of the best agencies. I had an agency for $15K a month, and they sucked. I used the guy for Fiverr that was better. So I took the ads back and ran them myself for a while, and we crushed. I actually know John. He absolutely is crushed. His business is phenomenal. Let's out exactly what he's talking about.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, I like it like that. She working that back. I don't know how to act. Slow motion for me.
There we go. The stories of just people getting murdered by ad agencies that don't care is honestly why we talked about the first prediction today. And let's see, somebody else. Here we go. We're gonna reply to you right now. All right. Disruptor School. There we go. .com. .com/MBA. Boom. Come on. There you go. Reply. All right. Somebody else says hi. Hi. All right, cool. Man, these are all just one day. Oh, we're on the last one day ago. Okay, thanks. Facebook won't let me create a page. It says I have too many. Try again later, but I haven't created one page yet. What can I do? Honestly, I have no idea. I'm not sharing my screen. That's a really weird situation that I have not seen before, but my best piece of advice here for your motivation is that I might make a different business manager specifically to run my ads and my pages and see if that fixes things. But something funky's going on, and I don't like it for you. And I would love for you to have a turnkey solution, but there's such a specific nuance to this type of problem that I don't really know what to tell you. And I really wish I did. Motivation is gold. I appreciate you're trying to make things happen. Again, my best advice here would potentially make a new Facebook account with its own business manager specifically for your business and try to start from there. It's kind of annoying, but that way also, if you ever have any other troubles, it won't kind of screw the pooch moving forward. And it sounds like there's already something funky going on. All right. So that being said, we are at 2 days. So let's get to the second one, but we got a little question here in the chat. So let's address this question in the chat. And then we'll get to the second big prediction of 2025. And by the way, this is not it. Do you think TikTok will get banned January 19th? The honest truth is, I could see it getting banned, but what that actually means for people is very, very different than what people think it means. What TikTok being banned as it currently stands actually means is that it will not be publicly available in the App Store. It doesn't mean that all of a sudden the TikTok accounts are going to be gone. It doesn't mean that like their servers get dismantled. Doesn't mean that the app will be stricken from your phone. There's no way to police that. And even if you did all of that, people could log in incognito on their device and just go that way. They could jailbreak their phones and go that way. There's no way to there's no way to execute this type of ban. The real impact that I think could be detrimental for folks is, number one, shops' reach will be cut back in the growth, which is a problem. And number two, if you're a CapCut user and you can't get into CapCut anymore, that could be a problem. But again, that's real speculation. And I think anybody that thinks they know what they're talking about and has some really good ideas about it is only speaking from speculation. So there's no real way to know. All right. So let's get into prediction number 4. Number 5, remember, was that ad agencies will either be even more specialized and busy and all sorts of mess because they have to, because actually being good at their job isn't something they can do, or they will overly simplify and become strategic business partners. And being a button masher is not a job. So number 4, Applovin will collapse as an advertising platform. Now, this is a bit of a hot take. We see a lot of folks get into it. But let's get into the second prediction. Applovin is going to collapse as a viable alternative to platforms like Meta and Google by the summer. Here's why. Right now, Applovin's success is built on selling inventory that they buy at below market cost to attract advertisers to drive up the stock price like a meme coin. But this model isn't sustainable. Basically, they're buying a whole bunch of stuff that costs $10 and they're selling it for $8 to a whole bunch of other people that are like, oh my God, this is great. Let me take advantage of it. And they're doing that to get a bunch of customers. They are pre-profitability as a company. They are raising the potential valuation like any software business would. The problem is they don't create or own the inventory that they sell. They are a reseller of existing inventory. They're also by no means the exclusive reseller of that inventory. Now, what happens when they try to turn their business into profitability is that they'll have to start charging more. It'll become less profitable as a platform. Now, what will really suck is what happens when it's not Black Friday or holiday season anymore? What happens when consumer intent drops? More importantly, what happens in mid-February when all the cost cap bros claim that Facebook is broken again for the 5th year in a row? And they all run to Applovin. Everybody that hadn't tried it yet onboards. And the user base of advertisers trying to drop a ton of money dramatically spikes. What happens when demand for that inventory spikes while inventory starts to go down. When the supply goes down towards the end of the spring and demand spikes, you run out of available inventory and the price on it will go up, or you won't be able to play the game unless you're a high ticket spender. Either way, the cost of the sale will go up, because right now the only reason it works is because of arbitrage to get customers. Now, what'll really screw with your noodle is when you start to think about it will happen in in the summer. When consumer intent dips for their, when consumer interest in spending dips and advertiser budgets flood the platform because Facebook doesn't work anymore, Applovin work, let's finally get into it. What we saw in February when Facebook breaks again, like it does every single year at the exact same time, because people that don't use it properly complain about it not working the way they want it to. When that supply and demand economics implodes, they'll have to pivot from customer acquisition to monetizing the user base. And we've seen this story happen a million times. I remember it happening with Tapjoy like half a decade ago. Now, if you're using Applovin, drop a comment. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. I'm using Applovin. Like, we're spending money on it. It's great, right? Like, take advantage of somebody giving away free money. Go for it. I think the biggest problem is that folks that don't run a good business and advertisers without good business fundamentals are going to say Facebook is broken because of user error and then run to Applovin to fix the problem. But the only reason Applovin works is an unsustainable path that will go away. And as we see more and more brands embrace that, which amplifies the problem, and they also get away from good fundamentals on Facebook because they're just looking for arbitrage instead of getting better at what they do. The amount of decimated businesses, the amount of businesses that will not make it to Black Friday, or if they do, they will need Black Friday to work to stay alive, and it won't. We're going to see so many people have to make new plans. And that's prediction number 4 out of the top 5 here. So I'm curious. Let me know if you've seen success with Applovin, or do you agree that its growth feels unsustainable, or do you think like it's just the next thing? It's TikTok Shops, and a lot of people were wrong. I was wrong about the sustainability and the growth of TikTok Shops. I'll admit it. What's your experience on newer platforms like this, and are they worth your time and investment? Let me know. And again, I've got a lot of data on this. And if this video gets 100 likes, we're going to make a full length, like full deep dive and show all the receipts, name names, and bust out all the data to let you guys know exactly where these takes are coming from. So with that being said, let's get back to some of your questions. See if we can't even get to like 2 days ago. And then we'll just keep going. Okay. It's about Charley. Let's bring them on up. There we go. All right. So let's see. This one is from the best time of year to scale is right around the corner. This is for your Q5, folks. If you're not running a Q5 plan, you are not making nearly as much money. I plan to double the profit volume in the month of December in the last week for one of the brands that I'm working with. We are already seeing contribution margin go through the roof. We did over 100,000 in CM yesterday. Actual contribution, not margin, sorry, contribution to the business. Profit volume went from 50K 2 days ago to 6 figures yesterday. And if I load up my old Triple Whale dashboard, right, we're in the club. What do we do in the club? We open up the Triple Whale dashboard. And then we hit refresh. Let's see. We are at 46,000 on contribution today, which hour by hour pace is up 28%. Phenomenal. So this question is, any disadvantage of running and scaling only catalog ads? No hero offers. But homie, no, none at all. Look at AC's running it right now. And it's crushing. Wait, whoop, there we go. Boom. There's AC with the truth. I love it. Let's see. So does that apply to a company? So let's look at this one. What I've learned after spending $100,000 on Advantage Plus. So does that apply to a company that is selling different products to different niche markets within a sport? This is, you have to watch the video to get the context, but yes, long story short is, yes, it applies to companies that are selling different products to different niche markets within a sport. Ultimately, when you're investing money to make money, some investments are worth more than others. Every time you invest in something that is worth less than something else, you are losing money. You can make a profit in 5 places, but if one place doubles your money and one gives you a 20% return, you need to be doing 5 times as much business on the 20% return to equal what one thing would be. You can say, well, I'll make $5 every time I make this sale. I'm like, great, I can make $100 over here. You have to make 20 of those sales at the same margin and price as me making one sale for $100 profit. The point is, if all things are equal, you're just burning money. You might be making cash, but the opportunity cost of what you could be earning is so much greater, which is why some of the cost cap bros and their brands are all seasonal, because they're not actually good at business. It's not a seasonal brand. They just can only make it work at where the arbitrage is strong. And instead of building hero products and having good business fundamentals, they're chasing easy wins, because the rest of their business is built on the idea that that works. And me barking at them for 6 years in public about why they're doing things wrong and how to fix it every single step of the way, they can't turn around and be like, you know what, Charlie was right. They've even built their entire part of their identity is saying how wrong I am, while they continue to see 20, 30% growth every year. And while I'm tripling businesses every year, you shouldn't be focused on that kind of stuff. So yes, it does apply. All right, let's get to 2 more. Man, we got more stuff 3 days ago. Okay, we're gonna do the 3 days ago, and then we're gonna get back to we got a 5-minute Friday, and we got our number 3 prediction. So it seems to me that so far LTV is king. So is it the kind of who wins at LTV? Charlie's fear here is cheaper LTV, but it's an overall higher or lower than Ben's on many companies theory, folks. In the short term, not steady organic growth, but like LTV this year. Honestly, I think this is great commentary. This is based on my interview with Ben Heath. At the end of the day, LTV is a good metric. Really, it's about cash flow cycles. If you can acquire a cash flow cycle for cheaper, if you can monetize your money faster than somebody else, or you can do it slower but at a greater scale, it's not about how profitable your ad is. It's not about your LTV. It's not about your AOV. It's about how quickly do you get a return on your investment, and how often you can you compound it. And if the investment takes longer, it needs to be worth more. Because if I can make 5%, but I can get that back in 3 days, and you can double your money, but it takes you a year, if I can do my 2-3 days 11 times, I will compound that 5% over and over and over again. And you might double your money, but the amount of time it takes you to double your money, I could 15x my investment, because I'm reinvesting into the machine over and over again. Cycles matter. So there's a lot of unit economics that go into things that, honestly, if you're running an ad agency that's built on just executing a job for somebody else that doesn't really know their business fundamentals, then it's not really your focus. Let's see. What's the difference between frequency and retargeting? This is a great question from Vijay. So this is one of the biggest issues. So many people misunderstand what retargeting actually means. Retargeting inside of your funnel, there are 3 different versions of the funnel. So number 1 is your business funnel and multiple touch points, right? Like they see a first ad, maybe it's Facebook, and then Google, and then email, and then they buy. That's a funnel. Second version of it is how the platform is using your ads. If your ad has a frequency of 1.5, that means the average person sees the ads 1.5 times today. You can also extrapolate that to mean that 50% of people are seeing your ad twice. Those people are actively being retargeted. I don't care if the top of your funnel or the bottom, they're being retargeted. They are lower funnel. That ad is lower in the funnel than other ads are, just in the way that it's being used. It's being leveraged as a retargeting ad today. Like, that's what the frequency means. And then you start to really understand at a larger level how the funnel works, and that your business exists as one of 1,000 things in the touch point of that customer journey. And your prospecting ad, first touch, the only time anybody ever sees your ad might be after somebody abandoned cart at 7 of your competitors and they buy from you on prospecting, but they're actually bottom funnel in their customer journey. So there's a lot of nuance in this stuff. And I should probably, let me know if I should make a video on that stuff. Let me know if you comment down here, like, let me know, like, drop some comments in the thing here. Like, yes, please make a video on the funnel and retargeting. If you guys are interested in it, I'll dive into it. But like, if you don't care about it, I won't. So anyway, hope that helps. Sonny Patel, I think you got Ben thinking and questioning himself. And maybe. I think Ben has also built a great brand for himself, and I think he helps a lot of people get started. What gets you from 0 to 1 is very different than what gets you from 1 to 1,000. Ben can help a good business get to a couple $100 a day and spend, maybe a couple thousand. What we teach here can get you into the couple of $1,000 a day in profit. Like I said yesterday, one brand I did, and I tweeted it out earlier, we did $100,000 a day in profit on less than $100,000 in ad spend. $100K in profit on I think $60K in ad spend. Think about that. It's not revenue. We're talking profit above COGS, contribution. These are numbers that actually matter. And somebody's like, man, you got a 3X. Why aren't you spending more? I'm like, I want to make money. And so let's say Ben is stuck in 2018. I'm not going to be here and talk something about other YouTubers and other guys who I respect. And I really appreciate that Ben, unlike so many others, is a man of integrity who showed up and had a conversation where we had a really great exchange of ideas. Unlike most other folks. Ben stood behind this thing, was willing to have a conversation. We didn't agree on everything. And I think a lot of people will learn from that video. I think it's a really great one to check it out. All right, last one. And then, if you were 4 days ago, one of these days we'll get to all of these things, but just too much value. Okay. Do we need to limit the winner's ad set to 6 ads as Facebook suggests? And by that, you mean the way that I suggest? I've been getting a message from Facebook suggesting that combine ad sets for greater efficiency, but that would put it at a limit of 6 ads. Yeah. Why do you need more than 6, Nicholas? Why do you want more ads? Facebook won't spend on them. Do you want to spend more money on 1,000 different things to hopefully pull lottery tickets to be successful? Or do you want an easily sustainable, well-manageable thing with actionable insight that you can improve? One of those will help you grow a business. The other one gets you out of context screenshots as long as you ignore all the waste. If you're just chasing the 4X ROAS ad, you also have to eat the 0.3X ROAS ads that go into it. And people don't share those. So, Nicholas, I hope that helps. And honestly, yes, I would limit it because I want to have actionable insight into what's left. And if I don't have actionable insight into what's left, then what's really the value of running the ads to begin with? I'd argue the answer to that is probably not much. Yeah. So let's get to this as a complete. Now for something completely different. Let's get to it. It is the best Facebook ad for you to run as a beginner. Facebook ads can be really overwhelming when you're just starting out. With so many campaign options, budgets, and ad types to choose from, it can be wildly overwhelming. So in today's 5-Minute Friday, we're going to make it simple. And by the end of this, you're going to know the exact best ad to run to start making money as fast as possible. Before we dive in, I just want to say thank you for all of your support. These 5-Minute Friday videos have been blowing up the channel. So if you like this video, go ahead and like this video. If we get 100 likes on this video, I'll do a follow-up where I will share my screen and show every step of the way about what we're going to talk about today. If you have any questions on anything we talk about today, feel free to drop them into the comment section or show up to our weekly lives every Friday at 12 Pacific Standard Time. And before we put the time on the clock, remember, if you love this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Apparently, only 35% of you who binge this channel are actually subscribed. So let's fix that. That being said, let's put 5 minutes on the clock and get started. Your best Facebook ad completely depends on what your business does well already. Let's break it down into 3 different categories. You might be a brand that makes amazing content. Your reels blow up, your TikTok is always viral, and your YouTube channel is constantly getting new subscribers. That's incredible and a really great strength. That's version number 1 of what we can build on. The second type of business here is one that has a lot of products. Your SKU count is high, meaning you might have 20 or 2,000 different kinds of things to sell. That is also a really big strength and very important for us to know, especially if you don't have a hero product. And the third category of brands we're going to talk about today are the ones that are just starting out and trying to build their business. You don't necessarily have a lot of content that's always going viral. You don't necessarily have a lot of different product and offers. You just know that something's working and you're ready to invest in making it a lot better. All right, I got you. Let's get started. So first, let's talk about the content-rich brand. The best bet for you in starting to run your first Facebook ads is to look into an advantage shopping campaign. These campaigns specialize in showing your products to the people who are ready to buy what it is that you're selling.
I'd buy that for $1.
So for these campaigns, just use the content that's already working, the content that's going viral, the things that are getting likes and comments and shares, because that is really good at getting attention. You're going to have the best sales pitch. The downside of this campaign is that your ads will fatigue very quickly, meaning the ad that's great today might not work tomorrow and almost assuredly won't work next week. But because you can make content, you don't need to worry about that nearly as much. So this is a great way to weaponize your strength to make sales and profit right away.
Money!
Also, if you want to know what to set your budgets to on this great new campaign, I created a great video for you to dive into that'll break that entirely down. Check it out right on top of the screen. So second, let's talk about the product-rich brands. If you have a lot of products but no single hero item, perhaps you're a clothing business with a lot of different fun prints, or you sell something with a lot of flavors or colors or sizes, the best option for you is probably going to be a catalog ad. Now, in catalog ads, we really have two choices. You can start off with an advantage shopping catalog ad that'll just show people a product image of what you sell. Or you can go into a manual sales campaign with a catalog and really let the machine start to do prospecting and retargeting for you with both a DABA and a 10K audience. For instance, if 10,000 people have been to your website in, say, the last month and viewed products, or maybe in the last week you have 10,000 add to carts, whatever your situation is, this is a great place to start. Leveraging all of your products and letting the machine show what you sell best to the people that are looking to buy that thing right now is a great way to make money, and this is super easy to manage. Now, for the third group of people, those new businesses, for you, it's probably going to be starting to promote your Instagram posts. If you're just starting out and trying to build a brand, focus on your organic content. And it doesn't have to be trendy. It doesn't have to be you dancing in front of some fun music. It doesn't have to be attention grabbing. You can focus on the things that are honest about your business. And it's really easy for you to make this style of content. You don't need to worry about this content being viral. You just want to send people to your Instagram account. It's basically a light version of your webpage.
You've got mail.
We want your ads to just drive people to your Instagram account, meaning your ad doesn't have to have a call to action in it. It doesn't have to be comment below for some link or go to my website or link in bio or anything else. Just talk about your products. Just talk about your services. Just talk about why somebody should care about you and what you're doing to make their life better. That's what really matters. As Seth Godin once said, if Nike built a hotel, you would know exactly what it was going to be like. But if Hyatt built a sneaker, you would have no idea at all. The point is just be yourself. Build a brand and the revenue will follow. If none of these paths feel okay, by the way, that's all right. Maybe social media isn't right for you. This is by no means the only way of making a buck. You might be much better at influencer marketing or Google search or email marketing or affiliates. There's a lot of ways to make money. And social media is not the best choice for everybody. That's okay. Now, I know the timer's almost done, and I want to thank you for watching, and I'll leave you with this. Remember, focus on amplifying your strengths. Do the things that you do well and spend money behind that, and that will make success a lot easier to achieve. And once again, if you like this video, please hit like on the video. If we get 100 likes on this, I'll do an in-depth guide around each one of these style of campaigns just for you. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything else. And until next time, I'll see you on the internet. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not watching the 5-Minute Friday videos, we do blast them here as well. So that all being said, let's get to prediction number 3. Okay, this is prediction number 3. And again, If we get 100 likes on this video, I'll bust out all the data. I got a lot of receipts on this one, and I don't see anybody talking about it. All right, so let's get to it, folks. Let's get comfortable. Okay, this is prediction number 3. AI ad creation tools are going to actually dominate platforms, and not in the way that you're thinking. I'm not talking about fake AI UGC, and we're not talking about like the Facebook suggest this copy. AI ad creation tools will exist natively in ad platforms and provide an unfair advantage for brands that embrace them. Now, I'm already doing this, and to be fair, we've already made a couple $1 million in the month of December on these ads. So listen up. Platforms like Meta are already rolling out AI tools for copy. Now, we already know that, and like, oh, that annoying copy that's in there. That's not what I'm talking about. They're also rolling it out for creative. And in my own testing, AI generated ads are performing as well or better than manually produced ones. Think about it like this. Okay, boo-boo. Imagine a world where the platform is already making the decision on who's ready to buy, and then creates the exact images and copy that that person will respond to, and then delivers it to that person at the perfect time. We're already seeing this. From simple product images, we've been able to build out multiple ads. And what's great is Facebook is using the data of all of our competitors and what our customers are responding to, right? Like they already know, oh, we want to sell to these people. These are the ads those people are clicking on. This is the verbiage that is really getting those people to be interested in what we have to sell. And this is the static image that is best to get that sale at the bottom of the funnel. Now, they're rolling this out on static images right now, but I see absolutely no reason that we couldn't get this into video. We've already seen Sora do great work. And think about like your mid-journey prompt being powered by the AI knowing exactly what people click on when they're ready to make a purchase. What if the ad platform was the prompt engineer and chose who to show that ad to? What if that connection was actually point to point? We are already seeing this happen. And again, if this video gets 100 likes, I'll break down exactly what that looks like. Okay, girl. With some actual examples of it. And you cannot tell the difference. Because the honest truth is there really isn't any difference other than that the ads the platform makes are more well-informed on what will work in the platform. And this will make it nearly impossible to compete unless you're leveraging these tools. Brands won't need to manage multiple campaigns. They'll focus on offer construction, customer journeys, and business fundamentals. AI can handle the rest. You don't need to be a brilliant creative designer. Your creative strategy is going to be built around who is my target customer? Who do I want to buy? Let's clearly define that person. Let's get data into the machine where we are focusing on very singular goals. And now, mind you, the more offers you're promoting, the dumber the machine is. And the more ads you run, the dumber every one of those ads is. So the more people embrace singular marketing efforts with simplified ad accounts where the majority of their money is being spent in a single place, like Facebook, instead of Facebook and Applovin and on TikTok and on a million other platforms. I'm not saying you shouldn't use the other ones. My point is this. If all things are equal, wouldn't you rather the salesperson that is able to influence the customer be able to come up with their own sales pitch and present that to the right person at the right time in a way where they just get smarter every single time? And your job is to only give them better things to sell. And your job after that is to best take care of that customer so they come back and they buy from you over and over again. This is where things are going. And I think it's going to fundamentally reshape the role of marketers. You're going to have to know business fundamentals, or you are going to be left in the dust. Nobody else is talking about it. I'm talking with Facebook right now to let me, please, Mark, not Zuck. The guy happens to be named Mark. Please let me make this video. If you guys spam the chat if you want to see this video, smash the like so I can do more of these things. I will take this to Facebook corporate and be like, look, all of these people want to see this. Let me share what you all are cooking. Let me take something out of the disruptor group and give it to everybody else 3 months, 6 months, 2 years before all the other folks. Don't do anything because it won't help them to show you how to do this. If you're an ad agency focused on contribution margin of a million different products and focusing on cost caps so that you can create a creative dependency and your business is built on destroying the dreams of other people, like if you're Taylor Holiday, the idea of somebody not needing you to manage the buttons and the platform making the ads basically means that your used car salesman, low integrity, snake oil grift is all but destroyed. And that, to me, is a happy day. So let me know what you think about ads taking over the creation, AI taking over ad creation, and which of these 3 predictions do you like the most? And most importantly, if this video gets 100 likes, I'll make a full-on video with all of the things. I'd love to do the full-length video with prediction number 2 and number 1, including all of the data to back it up. And trust me, the prediction number 1 could change the future of digital marketing, and it's already reshaping what we've learned to expect from Facebook ads and what best practices might look like. So thanks for joining me today. Make sure to like the video, comment, share this video, and I'll see you next time. I'm loving everybody hopping on the sales calls in the Facebook Ads MBA program, and Disruptor School Inner Circle is about to do some big things. We got a school community come in, and we're going to make it just as strong as we can and make it as easy as possible for all of you to be as successful as we can make it. So with that being said, until next time, I'll see you on the internet. Bye.